Yo, JPU, Jamaica politics uncovered. This one for the Queen of Truth, Natalie. Natalie, you are one of the best. No test, JPU channel, pass the truth quest. Them are hide facts, you tear down the wall. Bringing info to the people, big up for y'all. From Parliament floor to country lane, JPU show the game. No stain. We love you, Natalie. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true. Check who they live off you. Come check the channel, people them voice. Watch how you dissect the political scene. Clean information, no in between. We salute your hustle, your passion, your might. JPU shining light on the darkest night. Don't make them distract you, stay firm and true. You will at Jamaica, big up you. We love you. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true. Check who they live for you. Come check the channel, people them voice.
Beats in my sin, horns echo.
Hello, JPU family. Good night to everybody. Good night to Miss Karen Cross subscribers. Good night to Jamaica 411 subscribers. We are all here tonight, guys. First time back together since the swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So you guys will hear us tonight on the topic of JLP Set for ultimate popularity, Paulwell and Crawford denied. So come on in, guys, and welcome. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and make sure that you follow and subscribe the other ladies who are joining us tonight as well. For all you returning subscribers, we'll friend them from a long time. Welcome back. I'm glad that you guys are here. Good night, moderator. Moderator say it's raining in Kingston. Thank you for that information. So, guys, this is the war room. I want to say well done to Government of Jamaica on representing Jamaica at the UN's 80th General Assembly. Some very potent points in Jamaica's presentation and address to the assembly. We heard about climate change. We heard about war on gangs. And it feels so good to see Jamaica here talking about war on gangs when we have decreased our homicide rate so significantly. And it kind of gives us a little more pep in our step when we are there with the moral authority and the authority overall to say, hey, let us do this. We've done it in Jamaica. We are doing it in Jamaica. Let's do it in the region. Let's do it in the world. So that is good. I like what I saw and heard from the government of Jamaica and their delegation up there in New York at the UN's General Assembly. So what big news came out of Jamaica this week where politics is concerned? Number one, I first want to show you guys, and I uploaded a video earlier about this. I want to say farewell to Paula Llewellyn, the country's top prosecutor, who's been there for some time. She did an interview with Dionne Jackson Miller, and we saw a side of Paula that we hadn't seen before. But, you know, it was justified because Paula basically stood up for herself, stood up for her reputation and her work over time. You can't be going out as the country's top DPP and have somebody insulting or trying to distort your work. You have to stand your ground, and she did just that with Dionne Jackson Miller. So if you guys want to hear more on this topic, check out the video that I uploaded earlier. But I just want to say farewell to Paula, and congratulations on surviving one of the most dangerous jobs in Jamaica, trying people who are convicted. Sorry, trying people who are charged, and defending victims. Country's top prosecutor. The next big news, guys. The PNP confirmed to the country that Mark Golding will continue as the president of the People's National Party. And there's a lot to be said about this because, okay, so we had an election, and I'll talk to the ladies about this because I don't think we've ever had an election this close to a PNP conference within the same month. But nonetheless, there was no public session of the PNP's conference. There was no delegate participation to select or elect the vice presidents. We see them put up 4 vice presidents. The people didn't really get a say in whether they keep Mark Golding as the president of the PNP. And likewise, with the general secretary, the PNP, the people that will make that decision, they didn't get a say. So to me, it's kind of like a dictatorship thing going on, But after all, Mark Golding did tell them they're going to get $10 million to put him as president. So, I don't know if them get all of the money or some of the money, but, you buy the party, you do what the hell you want. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But the thing now with this, guys, is that the PNP would have a chance to kind of change guards, change leadership, as it's coming out of an election defeat. And by Golding and the Risers, them staying there because they want to stay there, it denies other people of offering themselves for leadership. I'm not saying that it would just be Paulwell or just be Crawford. It could be anybody who would want to join that race or, join that chance to become the next president. So Mark Golding denied the people and the members and the MPs who would want to put themselves up. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Welcome, Karen. Thank you for joining. I think your mic is off.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night, darling. Thank you for having me. Hello, JPU family. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, so Karen, this is the first time that we have done anything.
Is Michelle on?
She's coming.
Okay.
Yeah. We are live. So this is the first time, Karen, that we have spoke really on this platform together since we met at the Prime Minister's inauguration ceremony. So welcome back. Good to be with you again.
We finally met.
Yes, we did. It was wonderful.
We had a blast.
What an excitement.
It was a red carpet affair. Hollywood had nothing on us that night.
I'm telling you, say you want to say anything to the people they want, because I feel like so they need to give one look 1 minute summary about that day.
It was surreal. It was absolutely overwhelmingly surreal. The love and the camaraderie and the welcome, the warmth, the good vibes. It was quite it's a new thing, and I've been in politics for a long time. This was new. It was quite new and quite exciting. And I'm glad I'm part of that history.
You didn't know so much labor right love you?
No, I did not. I did not at all. But we also discovered the liberals are loving people. I mean, they got PNP so long and checks all liberals are wicked and don't like people.
Yeah.
Boy, it is quite a revelation. It is quite a revelation.
Did you feel, I meant to ask you guys this, and it's a weird question too, but Did you guys feel in that setting and in that moment that did you feel a sense of class separation or classism? Cause that can't you can't feel that way when you get in a crowd like that, you know.
Nah,
You know what I say?
yeah, yeah, but no, it was what it was. I have been to quite a few swearing in, and this was different. But then everything about this whole election and Andrew Wallace in this new period was different. I mean, this was different. There was this elaborate tent of just West Central St. Andrew people. And
Mm.
that stood out for me. I mean, the biggest tent was West Central St. Andrew, so oldest constituency. You
You mean
know?
the green tent
Yeah, man, that one. That
over the
one, man.
green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no there was mixing and matching. There was nobody sitting apart from the special seating for the diplomatic corps and the ministers and government and stuff. There was no class thing there. Not a thing. Some people did get better seats than some, but that is always to be expected. But the way when the thing ended, the seating is not important. The seating is not
True.
important.
Yeah.
What is important is the camaraderie and the feeling and the vibes, and if people feel left out. I don't think anybody felt left out or being treated differently at the reception. If there was anything to show any kind of classism or anything, it would have been at the reception, and that was nowhere around.
No.
Everybody was mingling, eating the same nice chicken and
Mhm.
drinking the same good. It was good food and good liquor. So
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all.
Yeah. Good night, Fawn. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello, hello, family. Hello, hello, Nats and Karen.
You
Karen
want to give
Cecilia, please.
Karen Cecilia.
yes, man.
Mm. Ulai.
You you want to give the people them because I was saying before you came that this is the first time that we've been together on this platform since we met just 2 weeks ago. So do you want to give the people just a little 1 minute brief summary of what you thought about us and the work that we've done and getting our VIP invitation and earthing up the people them head and you know
I'm suspicious, I have a suspicion that everybody there had a VIP because they hear about the red and the blue and the purple and the must green and must yellow. They never, and that if that is so, that would be lovely. Everybody must feel like them a VIP. But anyway, um it was an excellent ceremony. I mean, we were there, and one and two persons recognized you and Karen and so on at the event, the swearing in. But Lord have mercy, when we went over to the reception, they said when we're done, we're tired for about 2 days, we're resting. 2 days we're resting.
tired from what?
Um, I mean, the number of persons come up to you and Karen mainly, and then they introduce me and so on. But Lord, man, no,
All
sir.
know me no rest yet. All know me no done rest, so we me
And
tired.
it was tiring, man, but it was enjoyable and it was
Yes.
surprising. We really, me personally, just didn't. I mean, Karen always saying that wherever she go here and there, people would recognize her, the top and artist, and so on. And other people, some PNP people, some JLP people, young people, old people, persons that you would know watching and so on. But I mean, to experience it, my, it was something else. We have to be
Okay.
taking everybody taking pictures with us and so on. But it was a good ceremony. The first one I'm going to, by the way, and I
Okay.
thank the organizers for inviting us.
All right. Well, let's get down to business here. Welcome everybody to the war room. This is our war room, and people were asking, are you guys still gonna be doing the war room? The election is over, this and that. Yes, we're still going to do the war room. So welcome everybody. So over here tonight now, Karen and Michelle, the one of the biggest news that came out this week, I talked about briefly the performance of Jamaica at the UN General Assembly and about the Paula Llewellyn exit from the DPP's office and the interview and so on. And also the fact that Mark Golding has denied members of the PNP who would have probably wanted to offer themselves to lead after the defeat of the PNP. And this news came after we had been hearing that, Mark Golding is staying, but the party now officially put out a statement saying, yes, Mark Golding will continue to be president of the PNP. So what do you guys have to say about that? I mean, after the party loses an election, the normal thing to do is, okay, there's somebody's got to go, somebody's got to come in. So you want to comment on that, Karen?
Okay. Well, I kind of I have to move my mindset and in terms of commenting on PNP business. I have to move my mindset into just being an outsider, doing an assessment of inside there. But I still get a lot of information from PNP people. It is not surprising to me that Mark Golding would stay. I know that Mark Golding wanted to leave the next day after election. The very next day. He was crying and going out with all kind of thing and saying, want to leave. Him can't stay, him can't do no more. Him done. He was in tears, he was down, he was out, he was very depressed, and he wanted to leave. And for days, him tried to tell him he wanted to leave. But him can't leave because Bunting and Dayton Campbell will not allow him to leave. People like Paul Burke and Angela Brownberg, everybody will convince him to stay on and give him an argument as to why he should stay on. However, the only reason why he can't leave is because should he leave, them really don't have no place to go. Because should he leave, whoever is going to take it up, them can't have that kind of control and power that they have, neither Bunting nor Dayton. Both of them will be left in the cold if Mark leave. Mark is their anchor. Mark is the only reason why they are there and would survive. Yeah, it is traditional. It is tradition for when you lose, you offer your resignation. Michael Manley offered his in 1980, and the PNP resoundingly everybody rejected it. And then we came and him said, all right, I'm gonna work, I'm gonna do some things, and we're gonna build back and all right. Fine. So we did all of that. Him can't compare Portia's 2007 loss to this one for the simple reason that Portia got to be leader of the party in the middle of us doing our term in government. We had like a year and a half left in government when Portia became leader of the party. And when she lost in 2007, nobody would have asked her to leave. Nobody did actually, but there were some grumblings, and people were beginning to feel antsy, and which led to the challenge by Dr. Phillips in 2008. But it wasn't the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be seen as the same thing. Mark Golding became leader of the PNP in 2020, and for the last 5 years he has been leader. It's a full term. That's a full political term as leader. So it's justified for him to step aside, having lost. It is amazing to me that him staying, and it is even more amazing that them don't fire the general secretary up to now, or the deputies them. I mean, there's no semblance of renewal over there, so because of what they intend to do. But them don't intend to do anything. As I said before, they would rather the ship sink to the bottom of the ocean than they allow another captain to take it over. They're not giving it up at all. Under no condition are they giving it up. Because Bunting is now an MP, Dayton Campbell is now an MP, and they're just not giving it up. So if the ship are going to sink to the bottom of the sea and join the remnants of the Titanic, then that is what it will do. They said it. We're going to mash it up and build it back in 5 years. It's the build back part that is escaping them right now, and them can't seem to get themselves wrapped around it. So it is yes, kind of strange to see this kind of whopping, this kind of massive beating. It's a massive beating, you know. You have been doing this for 5 years. It's a massive beating, and the amount of seats that Mr. Owens won by is also a big beating, and they lost three usual PMP seats. So it's a massive beating. They don't win anything. They have won one seat, and that's Southeast St. Mary, which Chris Brown won on his own. They never help him. They never expect him to win. As a matter of fact, they are shocked that he won. And so Chris Brown did that by himself.
What do you make about the the vice presidency positions or appointments where there was no participation of delegates or anything, which is the normal process of electing vice presidents? They just install people. No conference, nothing.
Yeah, Peter Phillips had conference about 2 weeks after the 2019 internal election between him and Bunting. The public session of conference was held. Matter of fact, yes, both private and public session. There was a private session at St. George at
JC.
JC, Jamaica College, and there was a private session. There was 2 weeks after. It is also stunning that they are not having a conference within the time frame of conference. Certainly not in September. That is also very telling as to where things are over there. The PMP constitution, if you can call it that, because it is Rise United and not so much the PMP. The PMP constitution have been torn to threads. It doesn't exist anymore. Them operating now after a cult thing. Mark will stay, we're going to change things so that Mark can stay, we're going to change up things so that everybody. The delegates of the PMP are of no use anymore. They don't need them anymore. They have no power. No delegate can bust up them chests and say them have no power. Because them don't have no power. Because it is now 5 consecutive years that the vice presidents of the People's National Party are selected by the officers of the party and not the delegates of the party. And I want the PMP people who listen and will listen to this understand this. You don't have no power. That we told in a long time that they took away your power. It's them who make decisions for you. And that in itself is every time I think about it, I say, I can't believe this crap. I just can't believe it. Them just select 4 vice presidents, including a man who was arrested and charged for abusing a woman. But then again, not even that was surprising either, because Dayton Campbell is the general secretary of the PNP. So might as well Scotty stay. Might as well the swamp just stay there in its swampiness, because it's one big swamp of nastiness and corruption and dirty people just take control and arm and man the party. And this is what the delegates and the people of the voters and the people of the People's National Party, this is what them sign up for. Nobody can feel sorry for them. This is what them sign up for. This is what them getting. And them have to go live with it. And I, for one, would not sorry for them at all. This is what. So these things normally lead to some kind of revolution at some point. We don't know if they'll ever come one. But like that.
So the JLP come out with for them cabinet from how much days ago? And now the PNP can come out with a shadow cabinet. 411, what do you make of that?
Well, the Englishman was preparing a cabinet for victory. He parceled out 13 Senate seats to people in promise. And I don't think he had any plan B. You know, he was absolutely positive, and there was no idea in his own head that he would not be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. So all the way you hear Karen talking about his bawling and in disappointment, that must be out of disappointment. Now, he has to go now and do something that probably take a little while for him to work out. Who is going to be where? Is he going to put Dayton Campbell as national security spokesperson as planned, and put Bunting as finance minister, he has to weigh whether or not he want to let that puss out the bag or put back that puss in the bag until September 3, sometime after September 3, 2030. And I'm calling the election date for all who may be interested.
September 3 again?
20, yeah, man, September 3 and for the election.
Every year, every 5 year. Ah, jeez. All right. Well, make we talk about the JLPs, because in my view, I don't know if you guys are gonna agree
Well,
with
nobody
that.
can argue and say that. So I don't know what could be holding him up. I mean, it's his decision. It's not anybody. Well, it's his decision, and he's going to invite people, and they might say yay or nay, but nobody can bully him and tell him so they want this or they want that. I shouldn't think. So I don't know. I don't know what Karen think.
Okay. Make we talk about the JLP versus the PNP going forward in the next 5 years, with the PNP keeping Mark Golding there. And as Karen said earlier, there is no sense of renewal happening. In my opinion, I don't know if you guys are going to agree with that, but in my opinion, I think the JLP will get more popular in a this year term, because they're probably going to do some things to kind of make themselves look a little more renewed, with them winning leader will just win the election, Andrew Holness. But with Golden now having lost the election, having the same set of people, them, no renewal, just the same on the same wavelength. I think the JLP is poised to become more popular. What do you think
Well,
this means?
the Integrity Commission now, that report going have it has to be settled. And if it settles in Andrew Holness's favor, it's just going to make them look bad. I don't know how they're going to recover from it. And even so, he have 5 years to settle it. So they are not going to be able to hold up the thing for much longer. And once that is settled, if it settles in his favor, and I anticipate that it will,
Mm-hmm.
then many people who believe that it was crooked or this or that, first of all, I'm going to be shocked, right? And then they are going to be accepting. So we can expect that his reputation would return. That's what I anticipate.
Well, if
And
he
now,
was
if
reelected,
him,
do you think that that affected his reputation at all, since he was reelected so
well,
decisively by the people?
it kind of thumped them in their mouth because the people are saying they don't care about that. I do believe, though, it may have cost him some votes, right? But
Okay.
at least 5,000 of the undecided, and not the undecided, of the swing voters decide to stick with him. None of them supported the PNP. So
Mm.
whatever it was that the Integrity Commission or elements in the Integrity Commission intended, right? It just never happened. So some of them in there must be very disappointed. Not to mention Justice Pant, and he must be very, very disappointed. Um, so that is that. Now, the 2 terms that Holness went through, um, implementing projects and so on, and coming up with some very innovative ideas to add to what was there before. Now, he has to do a wholly more for the 4th term. The more terms, you're going to have to do more. It can't be the same thing that he did in the last term. It's not
Mm-hmm.
going to work. And plus, they're only 4 seats away. And if them hang on to them 4 seats and going gun for the other seats that they have, the PNP, they're going to be gunning for these 4 seats to form government, right? So
Mm.
therefore, he has to come with something that is out of this world. At least would put us in a far better position than we are in now, in order to preserve those seats and probably win back a few that they have lost. Um, so that is something that they have to think on. They can't just do the same thing that they were doing the last term and expect that they're going to win the 4th. They have to do more. You follow what I'm saying? Because people, it's
Yes.
the same thing that happened to the PNP. The PNP was in office for 4 consecutive terms, and they did a lot of things in terms of the material, when they brought in the Fair Competition Act, that caused competition now, and then they free up the market, allow imports, and then they would go and get cheap things from elsewhere, and poor people can wear nice jeans and Sammy shoes, $100 and all that kind of thing. So, despite of what was happening in the economy, it wasn't affecting the poor people. Now,
Mm.
when it came, so the cars, people can get cars now, they can get phone, they can get, I mean, phone line used to pass, we in Boscobel in the 60s and 70s from Port Maria, stop at the hotel, stop at Sutherland shop, stop at the other business place, and the homeowners didn't have any, despite the fact that they were earning and they could afford to pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
PJ changed all of that. Now, yet when it came now to 2007, it is not that the people weren't happy for the change, but now that they're comfortable in those changes, they wanted more. And the PNP just never had it. And as a Bruce come now and said, I can do more and we can do more and so on and so forth, and then took a chance with him. So this is a state that Holness is going to find himself in. The people are comfortable with all the things that he did, but they're going to expect more. And one more point, it's like a person who is poor, and once they're able to satisfy their needs, shelter, housing, and so on, or they tend to, okay, we have that now, and they want a little bit more. So, they will go for like higher education, or they just do more. That's just how human beings are. And so, yeah, they have to remember that that is likely to happen, and therefore come up with some more innovations or some more ideas that can push the country along. That's my opinion.
Mm. So you're saying that in order for the JLP to obtain their ultimate popularity in this term, they will have to work harder and um, you know, show some more results, more dynamic results. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of course.
Mm.
And I see somebody just about in the what was going on in the 90s, what was killing us and all that. But they must remember that it may have been killing us, but the people kept putting back the PNP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the poor man was having a very different experience. In other words, the inflation was going up high, extremely high, but the prices were low. If you walk far enough and long enough, you can make your money stretch. I'm not asking anybody about that. It is what I'm telling you. That was the reality of the poor people, and they are the majority in the country. For the middle class people and other people, they were having a different experience, but they can't swing the vote necessarily. If the majority of the poor people um, can find them way, or money can stretch, because that is the only thing they look at. They look at what their money can buy. Middle class people look for something different. They
Mm-hmm.
can be impressed by NIR, and them impressed by other things to do with the economy, because they are not so much affected. And even though prices are high, they can still buy food and they can still pay their bills. But the poor man now is focused only on his currency and whether the money can buy what it used to buy under the previous administration. And we know because we got market and we hear the people talk. You understand? So that is the reality of them. And that was the reason why the people were putting back the PNP, right? And then now when they wanted more, Portia just never had it to offer. And then just switch. And
Okay.
Sweden gets wholeness now. Them stuck with him in 2020 and then come back with all of what they tried. Then decide to take them chance with him and not go with the Englishman, because a mash the economy was going to mash up their stuff. You know, ask nobody. $117 billion in new taxes.
Mm. So you think that the JLP, maybe Karen can answer this one. Karen, you think that the JLP has it in them to do more as a 411 is suggesting?
I think that the Prime Minister have already demonstrated what that do more is going to look like in terms of how he has positioned his junior ministers in the various ministries, and the new outreach that those ministers are going to adopt. If you look at the new outreach and social media and information flow to the people, so that is one. The naming of the junior ministers is also succession planning. Is telling the country that, yeah, we're going younger, we're not getting older. That's which is one of the problem also that some voters would have had with the PMP, because Bunting will be 70 in 5 years time, and so on and so forth. So
Mm-hmm.
that some of the oldest have done two things simultaneously. One, he has placed junior ministers to give encouragement and hope and faith to young people who will see a Rhoda and a Tova and a Crystal Lee and Donovan Williams, still pretty young, and we'll see these and young people as young ministers as hope, and I have a good feeling that they're going to deliver in terms of their different portfolios. So that is the start. That Michelle talking about a long term thing leading up to the next election. But this is the start. Naming of the junior ministers, the positions that they have taken in the junior ministers. Minister Bartlett announced that this is his last election. Tova Hamilton is the new Minister of State in tourism. That's our expertise, that's our background. Rhoda is rocking education already. Dana Mars had sent her out already and sent her over Canada over the last few days. Go do things. We're gonna see what Crystal Lee and them doing it, but have a good feeling about it. That this is to inspire the naming of the ministers and this kind of ministers, and is aiming to do the succession planning, but also to inspire people, to inspire the young people. I say, there you are. You are the people that you're looking for. These are the people that will be representing you. This is the future of this country, and that is what Mr. Wall is doing, putting forward the future of the country with him at the helm of it, and that is a proposal. That's basically a proposal that he's now making to Jamaican people immediately after they re-elected him. This is a proposal I'm giving you, young people, young professionals, young bright people. Here they are. I call them Andrew's angels. Here they are. Them going to be out there getting things done on your behalf, and them going to involve you. The social media thing is not just to show up what I'm doing. I suspect the social media thing is also to involve people, give people a chance to comment, to suggest, to put forward their own thoughts. I think the way it's going, it's a forward thinking. It's a forward thinking way. It's a beginning. The tangible things that Michelle talking about anyway are there already in the pipeline. The Prime Minister has been announcing them one. There are some things that him have to work out, and there are some things that him have to flesh out. Some of the things that he has said need fleshing out for it to reach people, in terms of people understand what I'm talking about, and how I'm going to involve the general younger population in all of what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a big one too.
yeah, man. And the bigger thing that how am I going to involve them, how am I going to get them on board, and I'm excited about him. Everywhere I go around Kingston for the last couple of days, every young person still have them choose Jamaica and band. And them
Mm-hmm.
are young people, not big old people, are young people. I went into active traders yesterday. There's at least two of them, them choose Jamaica and band, and they are excited, and there must be something going on why they are excited, about it. So I think him setting the trend already. I'm setting it up to do that, and the senior ministers are going to take it to a next level and train these junior ministers, put them in the spotlight, let them carry the banner, let them fly it, let them go sell it. The young people will listen to them. Young people stop listening to Tufton and listen to Crystal Lee. They must stop listening to Mr. Bartlett, and they must listen to Tova Hamilton. Nobody at all never ever was listening to Arbin Hill. Now them worse now go listen to him. Them go listen to Delano Siv, right? And that's what it is. And Dana Morris is still pretty young and very dynamic. she and Rhoda together is a dynamic team, and them going to move the education thing
Marlon
forward.
over there too,
Huh?
Don't forget some Marlon over there too.
Oh yes, Marlon is there too. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there are specific roles for each of them. The choice of Marlon and Rhoda in education could also be seen as a strategic plan for both of them to go get the young people them and show the young people we are the young people show them the way. It's a two-way street. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just them showing the way, but the young people will show them the way also.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I believe that this push, the social media push and the whole heap of things that going out there is an invitation to the young people, but also the communication of the Jamaica Labour Party have to step up to tell the young people that this is an invitation, this is a partnership between you and your government. You elected us to give better, and we can't do it without you because we want to know what you want us to do for you and how we're going to do it and how you're going to participate to make it happen. I think it's a pretty good start. And I think that it, as I said, Mr. Hollis have a whole political things that he need to flesh out. I have no doubt that him going to. But that's it.
Okay. Who
And
you
he has
think is going
time.
to
Plenty time.
become the next DPP in Jamaica?
What Michelle was saying a while ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear her. Michelle, what
No,
you what did I say?
I remember. I remember.
All
I was
right.
asking the DPP.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, if I may, I can now I was quarreling with the Service Commission, the Public Service Commission, for going to put Claudette back there as deputy when what is the difficulty in finding a DPP? First of all, they were looking for one. Well, they weren't looking for one because they were waiting for the outcome. But they knew Paula was going to leave on the 19th. So why weren't they ready? When I heard Paula with the two guys and from Nationwide, I said, kiss me close. No one know why they have such a hard time. Because to replace her, not only was she an attorney, doing legal work and so on and making decisions about the merit of a case that the police bring. She was also doing administrative work as well. And I said to myself, they must be trying to find somebody who is capable of
Mm-hmm.
carrying on what she left. And that is where the difficulty is because you have an attorney who is an attorney. You follow? It's not like
Mm-hmm.
they have experience in dealing with anything else apart from legal matter. So I can see the reason why somebody may come and they might be good, but when they look in terms of what they want to continue with the DPP's office in terms of what it was that Paula was able to achieve, they may come short, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know if to tell them, then just have to wait until they get the right person. I wonder why, what's his name don't apply.
Oh.
Um, What's his name again? Wildman. He had applied before,
Mm.
for something.
Um, what to
And
make
he
of
was
this
a
interview
DPP.
with Dionne Jackson Miller with Paula? Wanna
He
hear
was
it?
he was a DPP in one of the islands. So I heard a piece of it, and I haven't watched the whole thing. And I don't know if Dion had read the thing off a paper or as Paula was speaking, the thought was running in her head and it fly out her mouth. But I think the question was rude. I mean, how you going to ask a DPP why she basically why she allowed the British to handle the case if it's because she never had the confidence that she could handle it. I mean, what kind of stupid question is that?
Mm-mm.
First of all, the people who are in I mean, I'm not saying that this is a decision that Paula made, but let us look on it from a common sense and point of view. The people who are the Privy Council, right? Are some white man, probably some highty-tighty, tapanaris white man in England, right? Now, for me, I would always think it's a better idea to hire an English lawyer who's familiar with the court and know how to deal with them, rather than you go up there now with your arguments that may not fly because you don't know them like how these people know them. I mean, so ask a silly question. Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what kind of question that is. But Karen, you talk, young man. But she got
Now,
what she deserves.
you're onto something still there, Michelle. The English lawyers are more familiar with our laws than we are. I mean, they were integrally putting these laws together. They are more familiar and there's but Dionne Jackson is rude and out of order. Very rude, very, very out of order. But we need to check which side our mouth lean by now because Paula thump her night. So maybe we need to check if it lean by the right side or if it lean by
Man.
the left side. Paula thump her in it, boy. I can't tell you how good I feel at Paula. The girl have no manners, no respect. But you know what she's suffering from? Dionne Jackson Miller is suffering from. She need a job, a proper job, like spam, to be the spokesperson or the information officer for the office of the prime minister, which for the next prime minister of Jamaica. And because the next prime minister of Jamaica never become prime minister, she's on an edge because this girl she can't find nothing to do. And this program that she have that had started out a couple of years ago as a good program morphed into some kind of hit piece, a kind of a hit job program where she bring on people to either butter them up and suck up to them or to run a hit piece on them. And that is what she set out to do for the DPP. And then my mother used to say, she too even, my mother said she too damn even up. Yeah, man, she too even up because she was trying to equate herself with this brilliant black woman who has served as our DPP for how many years, and she trying to say she and I at the same level. She was trying to put herself, even up herself to say she and I on the same level. When she asked, when she pushed forward these arguments, she talking to the DPP as if we are equals, and they are not
Not
equals.
in law. Certainly not in law.
Not certain that not in any way they are not equal. She's a dirty girl. Paula is a good woman. So that means that she's not equal, and she not equal could even have a conversation. She not equal could even measure up to the language and the use of the language. I know you put the question to the DPP. She couldn't measure up in terms of putting together a hard question for the DPP respectfully, that the viewers could say, we never thought about that. Because that's what journalists like Rachel Maddow would do. You go research a thing and come back, but you come with these gotcha things because you have to do something to please Massa Mark. I think Mark Pienner, I'm convinced that Mark Pienner, because Matalan money Matalan small money can man or some maybe Mark appear. So I am proud of the DPP that she thump her in her mouth and lean it at the next side. But this woman have nothing about her. I am beginning to think that she not grow good. Believe me. And all that law school education did is turn her into a boot with a law degree.
She disrespect the DPP now,
She's very, very disrespectful, but DPP thump her in her mouth.
Yeah.
She get thumped down. She get a thump down.
Paula head chip ear Paula. No, we are talking to.
Yeah, out of order.
She said on the other program, that she said she have her mother is what she said about her mother. She said I forget what she said about how she described her mother, but she described her father as very flamboyant. Me understand what she mean.
She said your father was like that.
Yes. So flamboyant is how she described it now. She said when she left the program with Dionne, so she told the other guys for NNN. Her bodyguards them said to her, I almost saw your father looking to come through. She said, yes, him almost did, but I'm happy he didn't. Otherwise, I feel sorry for being Mrs. Jackson Miller. That's style.
Yeah, but Paula is now a private citizen.
Yeah.
So is a private citizen, and I am sorry that somebody never briefed her and tell her that this woman works for Rise United. She works for Mark Golden and Dayton Campbell and all them dirty man. That's who she works for. And she's going to come with gotcha questions. You need to be prepared for it. I'm sorry somebody never briefed her and prepare her for the gotcha questions.
But she had herself, man. But
She did.
They all seem to be operating under this presumption that Paula Llewellyn, because she was recommended, I suppose, for the position by Bruce Golding, right? That somehow she's she favor the Labour Party. But when she talk about the different cases and remind us of the cases that she prosecuted, Joe Witter, Was it Joe Witter, the
I think
minister?
so. I think
Yes,
so.
I think
Yeah,
the
I think
British
so.
government must have
Yeah,
want
yeah.
in charge for something or something like that, right? And she handled it, and she
Uh,
handled Trafigura, and she never mentioned Karen Spencer, but she handled a lot of the political cases, and she did her job.
yes,
Her daddy was not
yes,
an educated man, but he
yeah,
understand. He was bright enough to understand that she need to just do her job, right?
yeah.
So
Even the
it's
Portia was doing
complicated.
her job. So this
Yeah,
is not
Yeah,
very
but
brilliant. But
you know, say I was talking about this in the video that I uploaded earlier about the situation with Paula and Dionne Jackson Miller. And people don't understand, say, being the first woman to be the DPP in the country and to at the time to have one of the highest homicide rates, you have the corruption to deal with. Hey, I want not only one dangerous job, but it's also a very stressful job to be a prosecutor in a Jamaica, them time there,
well, I'm telling you, one of the discussion that was taking place at the reception of the Prime Minister's inauguration was one about how vitriolic the PMP campaign was. The
Yes,
vitriol coming from the
yes.
PMP campaign. Dionne Jackson Miller is a part of that. And to
Why she
continue,
didn't come?
it spill
You didn't see her
over.
up there?
No, it spill over into this interview. I mean, the woman get a prime opportunity to distinguish herself by having this interview with the indomitable Paula Llewellyn, and she screwed it up. Can you imagine that for a journalist?
but she did it in a debate, you
When
know.
people are retiring, what do you talk to them about? Because she had Paula on trial for cases that she either didn't win. She didn't talk about the one she won. She talked
No,
about
my
the one
Paula says she never done no. Paula tells her she never seen her no courtroom. I want to you. Your Paula tells her she never seen that. Paula says she never seen no court yet.
You
Paula
never
says you can't
faced
talk
me.
about court.
You
I
never
never seen
faced
it.
me. Yeah. I've never faced you before the
I've never
court.
faced
I
no,
would not.
no. Never say it for Paula. Paula never mean it like that. She said, I want you, girl. You have law degree, I've nobody ever seen another court yet, except when you're in the
The long and
defense,
short of it,
pedophiles.
this is
But yeah, they
nicely.
never seen another court yet. On them see a name on document defending rapists. But nobody ever seen a court a fight for nobody yet. You need to shut your little lean mouth, girl. That's basically what Paula was saying to her.
But at the first, me see this, what you had was a face off between a prosecutor and a defense attorney.
She's not a defense attorney.
It's a
So
She's a
she,
journalist.
quasi lawyer. She's a law. She's just someone. She's a pseudo journalist with a law degree.
then
She's a,
she never did go defend the pedophile. She defended the
her name
pedophile.
on the paper. Yes, she defend rapists and pedophile. Them the lawyer and a good lawyer when defend pedophile and rapists. Them they not regarded as good lawyer.
But she do more
Oh,
journalism than she does legal work, I'm sure.
Because she like to chat. And she don't know nothing about defending people because she don't know nothing about her. One of her major problems why she could not be successful as a lawyer is that she has no love for people and she really don't like people. So it's two different things, but she don't like people and she don't know how to talk to people. So maybe she get a murder case and say something to a man, a man just lick her down. I mean,
mm.
that's the kind of person that she generate that kind of response from people because she's a nasty character. She is a very nasty
You think
political
she do them
operative.
thing there intentionally?
She does. She can't
No.
help herself. She a one of them with the devil sit down on her shoulder. Because she have now with Mark and them. So what you
Not
believe?
funny. Not
The
funny
devil right
face.
there think that fear thing.
She not sit down for the devil face.
No, I promise sit down for the
What
devil
in the
face.
world? Hey, I want to know, man. What Michelle just said, you shall sit down on the devil face.
The devil. Or maybe
Hey,
the devil is sitting in front of her. We don't know, bowing in front of her. We don't know. But maybe the devil and him knees in front of her, she and her knees in front of the devil. We don't know. Them set themselves up for people like me to come out on this program, come chat crap about them. She need to go take herself away out of the spotlight and go wheel and come again.
mm-mm.
She missed a golden opportunity. The retiring DPP, the first female DPP who has distinguished herself at her little controversies. And I mean, what would her career be like? What would Paula career be like if she never had controversies and big things and little things and all kind of things that cause most of us sleepless nights and stuff? I mean, that would be no career to write home about. I mean, if she write her memoir or something like that, it was an exciting career. That Paula Llewellyn have had an exciting legal career in this very small country called Jamaica, and you get an opportunity to sit down and have a conversation, and that's what you did. Come on.
Well, if she was trying to be a tough journalist, asking some tough questions, we can understand. But I mean, that's the only piece that I heard, and that is so out of the way. I mean, you would
She's
want to ask her about what happened in the case of the what they bandit, the Britons. What is your opinion of that and so on? Just ask her why you lost that case, and then she will explain the difficulties and so on. But to almost implying that the woman is incompetent, that she don't even have any faith in her
Bright
own
and
ability.
out, oh God, man.
actually
After
have
the woman
nothing,
for so much
nothing.
years.
Yeah, and nothing. She has no humanity about her. I mean, you could ask Paula. You have been DPP for how many years? Were there times when you feel frustrated? Your emotional state of being. God here, son of man. God there, sir.
I
She could
talk
have
God there,
about the
sir.
prosecution rate. That's
Yes,
something that she could talk
yes.
about. The rate of
Yes,
yes. God there, sir,
prosecution.
man.
she could have gotten so much out of the conversation.
Telling
Uh,
Mm.
you.
to the same thing that she was trying to achieve by
She want
asking a
she
critical
attack the
question.
woman.
Yeah, she could
But
have asked it in different
Paula
ways
come
and bring
forward.
up the same thing that she wanted, right? And you're
Mm.
right, conviction rate and so on. That is something now where Paula, would have to deal with, and she
Mm-hmm.
have to explain herself what they were
Yes,
doing to
if
change the
somebody needs to
process.
ask Paula about that, you get an opportunity to ask her.
She not no substance.
No, man, a woman without substance. That's we say our mouth lean like a grandfather boot, don't it, Natalie?
Yeah. Lord, guys, over here, so name the war room. When a response, we not know we talk over here, so.
No, 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 war. And just in case anybody have it in their mind that this thing came to an end on September 3rd, let me assure you all that
Mm.
as long as they man the one side a plot, we will be here, right here, so to ensure that the devil stays with them.
Mm-mm. So, Karen, what you have to say about Paulwell, though? Cause boy, me feel sorry for Paulwell, because
Stress.
you have Paulwell, you have Damian. Me not say which one of them is going to be leader or not like that, but
Mm.
nobody else can get one chance to offer
As long
themselves.
Nah, them. There's no courage. You forgot that them Mark and Dayton and Peter Bunting take with them on the balls long time, squeeze it, and Damian he was out there making waves, making people believe him going to challenge Mark. And now I hear that him say him not going to.
Boy,
Then,
him not come out, come say it, but the risers them send bloggers to come call him out and diss him up
yeah,
and tell him
but
to
then
come
the bloggers they don't have no influence over nobody. Then the bloggers are dirty people where they don't really have they don't have no influence over nobody. They must have a microphone and the microphone small. But
Mm,
it would be sad if there is an argument that Damian is going to challenge and then he make them force him to say that him can't. Because if he should come out and say he's not going to, that's the end of him, Can't challenge him nothing any ever time again. But we've always known that them are cowards, so I don't have anything new there.
then no psychology.
Yeah, but remember when they asked Bunting if him going to challenge Peter Phillips, him simply said there's no vacancy. And that he been saying, there is no vacancy, and then him got challenge. So if Damian have it in his intention to challenge Mark Bolin and make some mealy mouth female version of Shrek, some beat up body like beat Leland Chuck body woman tell him say him shouldn't, then the thing's sad over there for them.
Mm-hmm.
Not beat
Boy.
up in body.
But a psychology them are using, because there will be no better thing than for destroy Damien even further.
Yeah.
Him come out, come say to the nation, I have no intentions of seeking leave.
That's the end of it. That is the end of him. Him can't. Nobody in this country. Him couldn't get not one young person in this country. Because everywhere the young people that look to him or the one and two him still have was that yeah man we feel like him gonna challenge him. Not that's a word from the gas station attendant girl who you know her Michelle, the one over my gas station there. Where you know Michelle, you know what I talk.
Yeah, man.
We say, Damian. I was so, and you ask her, she said, Damian, I say, yeah, man, for challenge him and get it. Can you imagine when she hears him not challenge?
No, sir.
Well, Damian young, you know. Damian still in them 40s, but I don't know if he even reached 45 yet.
Yeah, well,
That
that's
Paulwell career done. You can kiss.
Paulwell
Leadership good
Paulwell is like a lizard. One of the biggest coward in political circles is Philip Paulwell.
Exactly. And so he got what he deserves.
Everything him get to him deserve because them have no bars. No bars. Everybody thinking about something else other than what needs to be done. It is the most amazing thing. It's like none of them ever watch a war movie or read a war book or read any history about war and the sacrifices that people make in war. It's like none of them have ever read one and know anything. So you leave them.
Paul was probably killed by his own words because he was one of those that was proposing that there should be no challenge. There should be no election because it
Yes.
will divide the party as if it's only one
Yes.
election can carry out.
Yes.
So
With the
it come back
divided
to
party.
now.
Yes. And then
He's
can
what,
divide the
63?
party.
He must be 63. And in
And
the
not
next 5 years, he'll be 68. And it's the next 5 years election when call it here, boss? September.
yes. And Natalie Nita is the new vice president. Boy, what a puppy show now, man, the party going to. Now, Natalie Nita, by her stature, would be is a much better vice president than the rest of them. Truly, you know. I mean, in
Nation
terms
never
of,
stayed there as vice president, as general secretary.
I mean,
Of course.
that's I mean, the puppy show and is a whole thing. The
You're
two
the man
losers, the two main officers of the party who an election lost is placed squarely on their shoulders.
Mm.
Them a move, them a keep them.
course,
But
that's
fine.
double the seats, man. Them win, them
That's
ever lose.
no, that's fine with us. Them can keep everybody them want. Neither you're not there with us. They can keep everybody. But the PMP people them who will be complaining and still a gripe about losing. And these are the things that they must pay for. May I tell you know, education is quite that thing. And I don't mean paper to say you went to school. Better about just knowing, just learning and knowing. You know, them griping about losing and nobody's paying attention about what's happening now. Them
Nobody
still
now gripe, Karen.
Yeah.
A celebration, loan celebration, me see a go on. A first me see this, you know. People lose. And they must celebrate to them lose. I said the man pick up 14 seat.
But the man not pick up the 14 seat. The man
buy 14 seats.
man buy some seats and the seats that him buy, him couldn't win them back in an ordinary way.
No.
Because those are the seats that they sabotage in 2020. And ordinary campaigning would not give them back. Dayton Campbell spend the whole of Matalan money and some of the Venezuela money just to win that seat. East and Westmoreland, you know. It's no ordinary money him spend, you know. When the people understand, say if it was a normal election where you buy a look 5,000, buy one look 3,000 vote and give a man 3,000 vote and ordinary place, Dayton Campbell would not get 2,000 vote down there.
None.
Listen to me, man. A big him and every cent where him get him invested in himself and Wavell Heights. Them two people that
For the people that
invest.
down there running, my money alone could have helped him for sure.
I mean, listen, you don't understand. Eh?
Lifestyle politics said that the PNP spend so much money to win the the seats for them have, right? Them have to go start here from now. Them have to go start here from now for win 32. I call the private sector people and not trust them again.
Yes. I mean, the
No,
money.
but they talk like a joke. What kind of them have to come with one different strategy than the money strategy next time, you know.
Big Nell vex. Big Nell vex. Matalan knew that the numbers that they were putting out were not correct. But him still vexed because it looked like them never tell him everything. Me still can't figure out why Matalan vexed. The people were telling me say Matalan vexed. But about why? Because he saw everything that Dan did. Them said, no, never see everything. He believe what Dayton Campbell them tell him. Big Nell too. Believe them, which is why, remember, you know, I put out a voice note a couple of days before election when Dayton put out, say, they are leading 47 of the 63 seats. And I put out a voice note to tell Labourers to stop listening to that foolishness and go do them work and focus. Because if you were leading and you were winning, there'd be no need to go, they go say that. But he needed to do that to keep the money coming. So every time he put out something and say, we're winning. Every time he go up on the stage and say, we're going to sweep Westmoreland. No, he never say, we're going to sweep St. Elizabeth. We're going to sweep Manchester. All of that was geared at keeping the marching song going and to fool up the money harlots them to say, we're going to win. We're confident that we're going to win. And them confidence is very high, you know. So they are very, them could have, I tell you, them could have gone on Hollywood. They are very good actors. Them confidence is high that they were going to win. And I keep saying to them, win what? Me and Michelle are you. Win what? What do we win? But the people weren't listening to us, them listening to them. Now, Big Nell, him vex out backside because there are certain things that Big Nell wants. We're not going to get from this government.
Like what?
Man, me can't talk, let me sit there.
Okay. All right. Should we take a few calls before you ladies go?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could take on a couple of calls. Guys, the phone line open. This is the WhatsApp number if you want to reach us over here. Very interesting days ahead. So, I don't know if one of the things that the government are come out of the block slower, faster at the right pace after the election.
No, man. They remember saying my 5 years and I have time for reset, continue what it is. Whatever is in the pipeline, work on that. The Prime Minister, I think, is a foreign now when him come back.
Him just come back today.
He made some promises. By next year, people can look forward to 18,500 minimum wage and other things that are. Remember, it's not the government paying that, you know, because I'm sure the government pay above that anyway. So it not cost the government to announce that. And of course, with the people getting more pay, they're going to spend, and the business people, it's going to circulate right around to the business people and the government and so on. So, so that is there, and some other goodies that is possible to pass in the next term. So that until we get that, what I call it, silver bullet, you know, as you need a silver bullet, and that will come in time.
All right, let me just take this call real quick. Hold that thought, please. Hello, good night.
Good night, ladies. And blessings.
Welcome.
I have so much of a question. Just a direct something to 4-1 on ourselves. Read a letter. I think it was the 24th of September in Allegheny from Seymour Panton. Basically, like, you know, talking about the incoming DPP would have good examples to follow. And him name out a number of men that hold the position before and jumped totally over Paula Llewellyn. I think that was the letter Ricardo Brooks on NNN in the interview with Paula Llewellyn. That was what he was referring to. At 4-1, I don't know if you have read the letter, but I know you're supposed to listen to the interview with Paula and NNN. What's your take on it?
Well, I didn't even know there was a letter, but Paula did fix him up good and proper. And we learned something very, very, very valuable from Paula about Panton that explains a great deal. And I'm certainly doing a video on that in the short to the near future.
Speak up, please.
But I'm saying that I will be doing a video on it in the near future. But I haven't read that letter, but what it showed is that Panton is a vindictive person. If you're a man in a church, I don't know which church you should be in, you should have go pray and repent. Because for the woman to say something about it was 2023. 2023 and now is what? 2025. When they had taken the action that they took and it damaged the prime minister's reputation. That is, they had submitted the report. They had submitted the investigation report recommending that the prime minister should be charged, right? And they had in hand the indicative ruling where the director of teaching prosecuted.
From the
Yes.
director and public and corruption prosecution. Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. And he sent one forward. And what showed him up enough was the fact that the MP, the Labour right, them took so long, the government took so long to table it over a month. And after that, it was Greg Christie who wrote to them now about 2 days after that his boss told him that he can go ahead now and release the indicative ruling. That was the key. No, when I heard Paula Llewellyn said that apparently it was that time she was warning the JCF, the IC, and all public entities that are doing public work that they need to be careful when they're doing their work, not to sully other people's reputation. She said that the man have her up for it. He not talk for it. He have a cordial relationship.
And you want to sit beside her at the funeral.
And yes, I went to a funeral. They put them side by side and he got up and changed his seat. So for sure how the man vindictive and evil and wicked. That is the reason why we put out the letter now to talk about all these distinguished person. This is the reason why Paula probably responded. Now that we know there's a letter, the way in which she responded, that basically saying that she was better than the whole of them.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for your question.
I'm looking forward to that video proposed to do on that matter. I'm dying to see that.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Hello. Good night.
Good night, ladies.
Good night. Thank you. Welcome.
I'm truly enjoying the program. It's beautiful.
Not true? And we are being so bad tonight.
For the past 5 years, and I always been voting, and I say it on the talk show really that Paula Llewellyn is my lady of the year, you know?
Yeah.
She's a brilliant lady.
Okay.
And I spoke to a lot of people who know her very well, and they say she's a very wonderful person to be around. But I don't know why the PMP didn't hate the woman so much. Maybe Karen can tell me.
Karen. All right. Thank you. You can hear her response on the program. Yeah, man. Thank you.
What am I supposed to answer now?
Why the PMP them eat Paula so?
Why the PMP eat everybody so? Is that just Paula? I think them have a level of hatred for a number of people. People who are smart and them can't run rings round and them can't buy them out. Them can't promise them position.
Women.
And women in particular, yeah. And them have this innate hatred for bright and strong women. Them can't stand strong women. That's basically the long and short of it.
Okay.
And they have successfully strangled the strong women in the PMP. They are weak women now, so that's the kind of women them want. Paula Llewellyn would not be in their orbit. Yeah. She's too strong. She's too opinionated. She's too bright. She's just too much for them. Too much for them.
Okay. What a something. So, somebody mentioned in the chat Prince Kamika for DPP earlier. I don't know. What do you think?
Doesn't seem as if she applied, or maybe she applied and still want somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Karen. I don't like how they put in somebody temporary. Everybody knew that Paula would be leaving at this time. So, I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I guess this is it. Ladies, you want to say anything in closing? Any one of you?
Karen, you're the speechy one.
No man, it was a good program. I enjoyed it. And I thank the JPU family for entertaining us, for tolerating me.
Behave for yourself next week, yeah?
I will
No,
behave.
no promises on that. No promises on that. No promises on that.
Ooh, it is the war room after all. Well, thank you, ladies. We'll catch up
Bye-bye.
again next weekend, I guess. Thank you for
Good to be
stopping
back.
by. Yes. And thank you for your insights as usual. We have a long road ahead, 5 more years. Good night. Thank you
Right.
guys for joining. Take care.
Yo, JPU, Jamaica politics uncovered. This one for the queen of truth, Natalie. Natalie, you are one of the best. No test, JPU channel, pass the truth quest. Them are hide facts, you tear down the wall. Bringing info to the people big up for y'all. From parliament floor to country lane. JPU show the game, no stain. We love you, Natalie. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true, check to deliver for you. Come check the channel, people them voice. Watch how you dissect the political scene. Clean information, no in between. We salute your hustle, your passion, your might. JPU shining light on the darkest night. Don't make them distract you, stay firm and true. You all of Jamaica, big up you, we love you. Best YouTube channel, JPU, one fast. Check JPU, one true, check who deliver for you. Come check the channel, people them voice.
Beats him as in horns echo.